Hey there, Transformers. It's Thursday evening, which you know means it's time for me to drop some wisdom to you about your energy levels, about burnout, and how you can approach life from a different perspective of really supporting your energy levels. My mission with Milton Coaching Collective is to equip women in a holistic way to bring forth their professional best in addition to their personal best, right? So there are plentiful resources on how professional women can advance their career. Not enough, but a lot, right? We still are tackling that problem. My aim is to be your health resource and how you can equip your body to be its most productive, right? So I have committed my life, my work to understanding energy levels. And in doing so, have realized the relationship between stress and your energy. So my last series was focusing on stress and how it impacts our nutrition. Tonight, I want to talk a bit about how to reset your nervous system. Okay, so how to bring it back into more of a homeostasis state. And before I get into some of the how, I want to talk about this for a minute. So the central nervous system is comprised of two branches. There is the sympathetic branch, which is responsible for our fight or flight reflex. Okay, so that's the sympathetic branch. Our parasympathetic branch of the nervous system is our rest, repair, recovery, digest branch of the nervous system. Both are needed for us to survive. We need stress in our life to survive. It is what has ensured our survival. All living things experience stress, but so many of us live in a state of constant stress when in fact we need to modulate back and forth between those branches of the nervous system. They cannot be activated at the same time. So if the sympathetic branch, if the fight or flight branch of your nervous system is activated, your parasympathetic branch is turned off. Likewise, if your parasympathetic branch of your nervous system is on, no stress in the body, which is great. We're all like, give me more of that because I have way too much of this. So when we think about this and we think about all of the myriad of ways that stress impacts our mood, our nutrition, our ability to repair and recover our bodies in injury after illness, it's important to turn to how to balance your nervous system, to spend more time in that parasympathetic state. Okay, so tonight I want to talk about 6 different ways that you can turn to that parasympathetic branch of your nervous system to help bring it back into balance. The first one I want to talk about is 528 hertz frequency music. So there was a recent 2019, recent enough, Iranian study on rats, which rats are very different from humans, but not so different from humans, as it turns out, in which this music, this frequency of music was played for the rats, and it showed a reduction in anxiety and anxiety-driven behaviors in these rats. It impacted their testosterone levels and reduced their anxiety-based behaviors. So this frequency of music is now being used as a therapeutic tool to help alleviate feelings of stress and anxiety. You can Google this on YouTube and find a 3-hour long 528 hertz frequency music video, I guess, and just turn it on and allow your body to really absorb it. This is a phenomenal tool, and you don't have to do anything other than pull up the music video. Of course, we want to rid ourselves of distractions while we're doing it, but this can be a great way of incorporating some stress relief into your day. Number 2 is breath work. Okay, now way back at the beginning of the year, January, in fact, I led a week-long series on different breathing techniques. And the reason behind that is because intentional breath work is such a powerful tool for activating the parasympathetic branch of our nervous system. And it's completely free, completely accessible. Yes, it takes some practice, but the great news is there are so many different variations of breath work that you can really find one that is entry level for you. If you're interested in accessing the archive of those breathing techniques, drop a comment on this video and I'll make sure that you get the links to those. Number 3, one we all love to see, might be a great excuse for you and your partner or for yourself to invest in some time, but body work in the form of massage and especially acupuncture can be great ways of activating that parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. Not only is it allowing us to relax, but with the right professional, they can activate some trigger points to really heighten that relaxation state. Number 4 is yin or restorative yoga. Now, there are plenty of types of yoga, but right now we're focusing on that very soft, very slow, low intensity yin version of yoga. This is also sometimes referred to as range of motion or stretching, but when we're in these positions where we're activating our muscles but not challenging them too much, it is a great way of really bringing down our stress levels and ramping up that rest, digest, repair, recovery aspect of our nervous system. My husband and I use a program called ROMWOD. That acronym stands for Range of Motion Workout of the Day. This is not an actual workout so much as it is guided stretching, and they incorporate some breath work into this stretching, anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, depending on your preference and availability. Number 5 is a technique called grounding. Now, if you're an engineer or anyone in the world of science, when you think of grounding, you probably think of electricity. What grounding is in this sense is truly connecting to the ground. So the sensory detail of taking your feet and placing it on the earth. Maybe not the best thing to do when it's that negative 20 degrees it was in Kansas City back in February, but a perfect opportunity in summertime to incorporate some stress balance. To practice grounding, all you need to do are kick off your shoes and start to be intentional and attentive to what's happening to your feet. So you want to take sensory detail of the feeling of the experience, having your feet on the earth, wiggle your toes, feel the grass, feel the dirt, feel the cement, but we're connected to the ground. The last one in my 6-part series is boundaries to create safety, especially our physical safety, our mental safety, and our emotional safety. Last month, I did a whole series on boundaries, the importance of boundaries. The more I learn about burnout, the more I learn about the connection between burnout and energy levels, the more I'm convicted that part of our solution is to implement firm and flexible boundaries. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Part of our method for preventing burnout is by implementing firm and flexible boundaries. In order to do this, you have to first go through the practice of identifying your own personal values and morals, drawing up your vision of life, identifying where you're experiencing bleed over between the different areas of your health, your physical health, your financial health, your professional health, your relational health. Identify where there's bleed over, and then take action in creating firm and flexible boundaries that enable you to be more productive, to be more present, to be more fulfilled, because you are working within the context of boundaries. I was just listening to a phenomenal podcast. It was actually done in 2019 with Ezra Klein. And they were talking about how this concept of flexible work, right? The work from home, the opportunity for remote work, even so simple as being just a phone call or a text message away from your employer, was intended to give us more freedom. But instead, it's contributing to what I call leaky work syndrome, where our work is bleeding over into other areas of our life, where we're attempting to multitask. And so we're not fully present as we're watching the Netflix because we've got our laptop open and we're working, and we're not fully productive in our work because we've got Netflix on while we have our laptop up. So by creating boundaries and then working well within our boundaries, not just in our work, but in all of the areas of our life, can help with providing that reset, allowing us to reduce our stress levels and understanding that we are safe. So those are the six areas that I wanted to cover with you tonight. If you have any questions, whether you're watching live or watching this on replay, please drop those comments. I'll make sure to give any answers to your questions that you might have. Please share this video, especially if you're tuning in on YouTube or on Facebook. Please share this video, like this video, love this video, but make sure that we're getting the word out there. I appreciate every single time someone comments, likes, loves, shares my content. That only helps this small business. Have a wonderful Thursday night. Next week, I'm so excited. I have a phenomenal guest, Dr. Lee Wagner. She's local here to Kansas City. She's has a PhD. She's a nutritionist. She is on her game, and she is helping clients identify the root cause of their health-related issues. And so we're going to be talking about root cause analysis. I'm going to be coming at it from an engineer's perspective, and she's going to be coming at it from a nutritionist perspective. So this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Hope you join me next Thursday night as I sit down with Dr. Wagner right here, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then.